Welcome back for another deck review, and this time we're going to go through this Gaudais from Paris, 1870. I picked this up on Llewellyn, and it was the price on this. Yeah, it says it was 35.95, but I don't remember what I paid for it. I may have got it on sale or something like that. I usually wait for the sales to come and buy these decks. It arrived about a week ago. I'm only getting around to it now because I've had a lot of decks come. I haven't had a chance to really review any of them. So this is your first time here. Welcome to my channel. This is a tarot with a twist, and welcome. Hope you enjoy this review we're going to do. So again, this deck is brand new. I just got it, and again, it was from Llewellyn. So if you want a copy of it, go there and check it out. Okay, the box. Oh, it's a nice box. It's hard, solid. It's going to last a really long time. Okay, so this will definitely protect your cards for like a keepsake. Really cool. The guidebook. I will do the guidebook, right? Let's see, we got a typical guidebook, nothing fancy or special about it. Does it have any spreads in it? It's in different languages, so English, Italian, Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Russian. Tells you about the deck. Some history on it, and it goes through what else? Let's see here. There's not really much in this little guidebook, so there are no spreads, so we can just maybe do some of our own, but you may want to read the story on this deck for the backstory, and that's all we have. I do see something here about Mary and Lenormand, so I wonder if she has something to do with this deck also. Maybe. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the cards and see how that looks. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. They're numbered. I did not know that. So as you can see here, this is deck number 3122 out of almost 4,000. So that's pretty neat. And that is actually handwritten. It's like a pencil, I think. You can see it like in the, you turn the light on it, you can see it shine. So it's not ink, it's definitely pencil. Well, I think it's pencil, but it's definitely handwritten. It's not something they printed on there. And the deck is in this, oh, I hate when they do these type of, packaging because I don't want to damage the cards and it freaks me out every time. Let's get this out of here real quick. Okay. Let's go this way with it just to be careful. Always cut up too if you're doing this because I've done it before actually get nicked the cards. I had to buy another deck, unfortunately. Okay. Oops. How's your day going? Mine's going okay. It's Tuesday right now. Sitting about 8 o'clock at night on Mountain Time. So that's where I'm located at. Getting dark earlier, which is great. And the weather's cooling off, which I really like. Okay, the cards has kind of a cool back on them. And they're thick. They're really thick. See that? So they have a nice feel to them. I don't think they'll fall apart or split, so I think they'll last quite a while. Now the size is definitely smaller than a typical tarot deck. So here's a typical deck, as you can see. And here's, if I put the card on top, you can see how much bigger that is, right? So it's definitely a much smaller size card than your traditional tarot, both in length and width. All right, so let's go ahead and separate those. We'll start with the majors and move into the minors. What I've been doing lately on all my reviews, I've been lining up the minors side by side. I think it gives you a better picture of how the deck works and how the the minors work together. So let's go ahead and separate these out, and then we'll get started on the review of the majors, and we'll jump right on into the minors. Okay. I'm already liking this deck a lot. I think I'll have a lot of fun reading with it. Okay. So let's set aside here. Let me drop the camera down and we can go ahead and get on this and jump right through this review. Okay, we're going to kick it off with the Fool, 0. And I like how the cards are mirrored. So you don't really read these in reverse. It doesn't matter how they're shuffled because it goes both ways, which is kind of cool. That's a Fool. The Magician. I like the butterfly transformations. High Priestess, the 2. I wonder if these are even the same images as the Rider-Waite. I don't know. The Empress, which follows the pattern of the Emperor with that shield. He's not interesting. So even in the works, I think it's works tarot, they have a shield on the Emperor, but they're not showing it in the Emperor here, only the Empress. So that is interesting. The Hierophant reminds me of Zeus or something. Next would be Lovers. Okay. Chariot. This would be Justice. The Hermit. Just looking at this deck, it's like I'm really vibing with it, even though it's married. I don't know, it just got it's like duality or something, you know. It just makes you want to do reading right now with them. It's really a cool deck. Wheel of Fortune, Strength, the Hangman. That's interesting. No head. You know what could be saying too? It's 12, right? Sometimes you gotta shut your mouth and look at things with a different perspective, because when you go ahead and speak, what happens? Chaos or a fight or something like that. So maybe it means step back and just listen. Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower. Interesting. The Star. And then we have the Moon. It's a really interesting deck and vibe that you get with these cards. It's definitely not your traditional tarot, at least not with the majors. The Sun. Next up is going to be Judgment. See how they're holding each other versus rising from the grave? It's more of a religious symbolism, it feels like. 22, the 2. Do you aware? Do you awaken or ignore it? Do you ignore the call? And then we wrap it up with the World. 4 corners, they have the different. Yeah, it's only 2 because you have. It's interesting the way they've done this deck. So that is the majors. Now let's go and rip through the minors and see how they look. So we'll go ahead and raise the camera up here in a second and roll through the minors. Okay, so we have the cups, pentacles, wands, and swords. So active and passive. I just came up that way in this a different way of looking at it, because you can see the fire and air energy together. So it's very active, fast, reacting. I like how too that the fruit seems to be swirling around the wand. And then you have the cups here, which is that's a beautiful cup. I really like how they did that. And then you have the pentacles here, so it's more of that passive energy, grounded. This is a little, it's kind of emotional, happy, good vibe on that. The 2s. Typical Marseille, which I like, but it's different though. I really enjoy this rendition of it. Let's go to the 3s. See, remember when you're reading these cards, the sword's pointed up. So it's almost like en garde, right? If it's down, when a sword is pointed this way, it's basically not in defensive position. So this is ready to strike, or it's ready to fight, or it's ready to think quickly, be clear. So just keep an eye on the positions of the swords when you're reading with a Marseille deck. The 3 of Wands. And when you also read this, the way I do it, okay, look at the color. So you can kind of feel in here that it's trying to grow. You have blue, right? Emotions, but under the emotions is yellow, is your life. You're trying to get your life above it, and then your fire is below. So in order to raise that fire up, you have to expand. How do you do that? You put the emotions away, the blue. So I use color a lot when I'm reading Marseille, more so than anything else. I always look for patterns and structure within the cards. You even can like count the dots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you can get yourself in order, then you have harmony, right? One way of looking at it. 3 of Pentacles, the ones on top, versus 2 on the bottom. So its decision is made. The new potential then blooms or blossoms, right? This is the card where they're working together. And then the 3 of Cups. You can feel that harmony, peace, balance, and the new potential comes into play. So it's really a time of goodness and happiness and joy. Okay, 4s. All right. 5. Again, sword position in color. So remember the 5 of Wands in the Rider Waite is all around competition. And you kind of get the vibe here too because the yellow is intertwined. So it's all that active energy, that life, that vitality is wanting to compete. And it feels a little bit constricted. 5, constriction. But then you have blue, a little bit of blue, so a little bit of emotions involved too. It makes you kind of react with the red. So just keep an eye on that when you read with this type of a deck. All right. Next is the 6. 7. You notice how the swords are getting heavier as you move on. You can feel that, I don't want to say contention, but it feels constricted, right? The way it braids here and the holds the sword in position where it's not loose anymore, where it's tight, but you can still pull it out. But you have to just choose to pull it out, right? So think about that. The way the sword is kind of stuck in within here and it's also up position. Wands, same thing. Pentacles. I'm not sure if it's upright or reversed. It looks like it's upright. And why do I say that is because this is like a base right here. You have the 5 pentacles here, which is, to me, I'm looking at like constriction, but then 2 is a decision was made. And then you have to kind of step back and reflect to assess if you did the right thing for us to even grow further to add another coin into the picture. And you have the 7 of Cups, 8. See, heavier. You see how it's building? Remember, it's active energy, and this is passive energy, and this doesn't feel as heavy as this. This feels more restrictive, and this feels a little bit more free and balanced. 9. You can just feel it, right? I really like this deck, actually. That's the 9. I'm curious what the 10 looks like. Oh, swords crossed. Oh man, it's almost like stalemate. Really heavy energy. And you've got to pick those swords up. But the weight of it's all there. 10 and 10. See, it's complete a cycle. So the 9, then you have 1 to the side. It's like ready to start over. Everything worked out perfectly. Ready to now move on to the next cycle in life. Now we're going to go to the, is that the page? I guess it is. Okay, the pages. It's funny too. This is a female, which I like. That's really cool. Look up close. I think it's a female. It looks like it to me. Yeah, it is. Or it looks like it. Not 100% certain. Next, we have the knight. You see, you can feel that passive energy. You can feel the active energy here, especially here. The knight is really ready to go into battle and charge, full gear. Here it looks like more like an explorer, ready just to go out there and explore the world. Here he wants to go out and kind of like, hey, let's have a drink. This person's like, I need to find some money. The queen. Okay. And we'll wrap it up with the king. I like how the king of swords in full battle gear with the armor, the wands, he seems kind of jolly. The king seems very stable with his money, the pentacles, and then the king of cups is like he just mastered his emotions, but hey, let's have a drink anyway. Interesting deck. What are your thoughts? Do you like this type of tarot deck? I actually do like this quite a bit. I think it'd be a very fun deck to read with. All right, so let's go ahead now and do a shuffle test just to see how this thing shuffles. I would like to do that because I think it's important. It is a smaller deck. Again, it reminds me of almost like a bigger than a poker deck, but it's got that feel to it. The cards are really stiff, so I don't want to bend them too much, but they shuffle okay. I'm not going to try to bridge shuffle them because they are stiff, really stiff, almost like cardboard stiff. But that's a good thing. I like it. It's got a coating too on the cards, which I like. One more. Okay, and then let's go ahead and try the overhand shuffle. Yeah, they slide nice. Let's just pull a card and see what the universe has for us. The Queen of Swords. Use your intellect this week, my friends, and be fair in all your doings. Don't let people take advantage of you, and always keep your guard up, ready to swipe away negativity, swipe away behavior that's not becoming towards you. That's the vibe I'm getting, and that's what I see with that card. But overall, would I say, is this deck worth buying? Yes. I think it's a cool deck. It's different, and I think you'd really enjoy it. Anyway, this again is the, can't pronounce it, but it's the Gaudais deck, the Tarot de I cannot pronounce that. Tarot de Besancon. I guess it's French. Anyway, until next time, I want to see you in my next reading, reviews, and go check out my site at wordwithatwist.com and got some data there, some information there you can check out and help with your tarot practice. All right. Bye, everyone.